All right, I'm gonna lead with this. I'm just making a bunch of different decks. There's only 3 hours left of historic Pauper, so I'm gonna try to go as crazy as I can given the time I have. This is my first thing I'm interested in. Might need more removal. Might need more removal, but I want room for this in something where it doesn't look like it fits because I think it's still just stupid good. There are what 24 things that discount it, and they all cost two. Or I guess three. There's one that costs three, but mostly cost two. So every single spell I cast is basically a rampant growth for this, and that means it's not as fast. There's no faithless lootings or considers, but I think that's still worth it. But this could also be something else. But as it stands, I think this is probably the best thing to do, other than a removal spell, which I might wind up running. So let's try. Let's start with this. I don't have much time. I can't sit around. I can't sit around describing my decks. I have to keep playing. I must play. I don't really want to, but I need more removal, and that's the one thing I think is reasonable to take out in this instance. So, all right, let's try Feed the Swarm. I have an initial Infect here and here, so suppose I'll lead with this one. My deck kind of functions with just 2 lands. That's pretty nice. So does my opponent's. I should definitely kill this. Is Reckless Charge a common? I haven't seen anyone play it yet. I feel like it is. That one's kind of spooky. Alright, that one's not as scary as this one. Well, it's not like I'm blocking. Alright, so... You? Oh no. It's fine. This has to be some kind of burn spell, I assume. If it was like a flash creature... Well, I guess rip. I don't know. Rip if it was. Alright, so we have a counter spell now. Well, a hard counter. Which, I mean, it's red. Probably always going to counter something. But now we'll always counter the thing. I really don't want to counter random burn spells until I, like, really have to. Opponent is contemplating at very strange times. And that, wow, they did nothing? Whoa. Oh, okay. Nothing again? I think they have Spell Pierce? Do they have Spell Pierce? Yeah, let's just recast that one. I should probably not cast 2 things. I think this is fine. Opponent probably wanted to... No, they wanted to avoid the actual Infect counter. But there's an argument to waiting to your end step anyways and just go to 6 poison. That's probably what I would have done. but it could be wrong. Alright, guess it wasn't wrong because they had an answer. Ripskis. Ripskis. Sure. Alright, back up to 7. Let's go. So they have a thing that deals 1 to everything. Let's play something with a thicker booty. Yep. So they're at least 7. Unless they somehow have a way to, like, kill it, like, shut this down forever. Oh, that does it, kind of. They did do it on my end step this time instead of, like, in my main phase or whatever. I'm gonna not let this happen. Alright. So we basically have it, like when these get answered outside of an unsummon, we just have it with this. Oh, whatever. Not supposed to draw 2 in a row. Oh, alright. That's fine. Well, if they have another Skew of the Critics, this land actually ended up saving me. But they have to go for lethal, like, right now. But they only have 2 red sources, which means they cannot do that. Alright. As it stands, they are not aware that they're just dead. This card has to be something. They don't have to cast this right now. But I'm feeling like they're about to. It's the end of your next turn. Face is the place, I guess. Alright, they're dead. They're almost not dead, though, actually. I almost killed myself. Alright, nice. Nice. Alright. Every hand has been like a 2-land hand so far. Oh, never mind. Alright, most likely playing kind of the same cards here. Gonna play this instead. I don't want these to die till they have like at least 1 poison counter, probably. Mephic Vapors, or Mephitic. That is actually toxic. Whoa, my opponent is deep. Opponent is deep. Deep skis. Feed the Swarm actually blows these up. I like my opponent's idea here. If they just avoid poison counters, they can just like sit pretty. Alright, looks like they really needed a land. They've conceded that they are now poisoned. Hey, just in time. That's an instant, so I don't have to do it right now. Not really anything I could find. Feed the Swarm. No way. No way. Alright, do you have counter spells? We countering this? Nope. Yep. Gets a lot harder for them once I get that poison going. Oh, hey. Would you look at that? Alright. So how does my opponent win the game here? What is the win condition? I can't imagine it's Mole Drifter. Oh, right. They have a bunch of these, but we don't really care about that until it, like, finally kills us. I can imagine Feed the Swarm is just going to blow this up. It's probably better to just do this now. I might not have a chance later. Sure. I don't think the game is about those, but it does mean my opponent's hand must be pretty weak. Sure. That's a rare. Can't play it. It's a rare. Rare's a band. Oh, come on. Come on. One more poke, please? No. That is a creature. Could have waited till after their Surveil. But, alright, looks like there will always been that. So this will kill them if they answer it. If it dies, they just take the counter. They have to, like, bounce it or something weird. And I don't know if they have room for that, given all the removal we saw. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Literally. Nice. Alright, cool. They actually had the penultimate answer, but it's a 4-minute sorcery, and we had the thing there. So it's super likely we win, even if they did kill this. We have an immense amount of just infect, or like ways to just put a final counter on, like a ton of cards do that here. So nice. Oh, and it's hard to get that going. Probably don't want that. So far, this is notably weaker than the Tolarian Izzet deck, I would say. I mean, it's one game so far, but still. Oh wait, no, did I win the? Did I play 2? I think I played 2. Shoot, I probably wanted to play the Siphoner actually. All right, if it gets countered, so be it. Yep. Oh, my opponent's playing the Essence Scatter. I haven't seen anyone play that yet. Alright, I'm going to do this. Sure. So let's play you here. How important is this? So important that my opponent wants to bounce it. Okay. They have some kind of cantrip, opt, consider, or something. They don't cast it. That's weird. Let's just do this. And then leave up our counter spell. Our rune snag. Oh, it's an island cycling. Well, they could have done that last turn actually. Why didn't they do it last turn? Maybe they just really wanted to cast it with the discount. I feel like just getting the land is just better there though, because they missed a land drop. There's not really a world in which I would ever not do that. So. We're gonna do this instead of this, because if I did miss a land, it'd be kind of problematic. All right. Sure. I feel like they have enough mana where I really don't care about that card. Alright. We can't possibly miss again. Oh, man. Do we get there? No, we don't get there. Womp womp. Alright. They have to kill my creature and counter my spell, which is possible. It's possible. Oh, cool. It is a Tellurian Terror deck. Interesting. I'm actually going to play an untapped land. Play around Syncopate or something. Spell Pierce. Double Spell Pierce. Alright, we got him. Nice. Cool. If they had a Tellurian Terror earlier, it could have been spooky. But maybe not, because I could have just killed that instead of one of these things here. I'm not a fan of these Electromancers. The discount is nice when you're playing cards like this. But I don't think it's necessary, right? But if you're trying to go bigger, maybe you just have to. I don't think you do. No, I think this could be something else here. I like what my opponent's doing, though. They're on the right path. Just, I don't know. Wasn't enough. Was not enough. Neat. Was that 2 wins? I gotta keep track. I gotta keep track. I wanna make more than one deck because I don't have the time. I don't have the time to play one and only one. Ooh. Two lands again, but we're on the draw? Nice. Don't do it. Okay, fine. No Infect. This exiles everything, right? Alright, good. They can exile this. Blue-white. Still probably a unicorn deck. Am I leaving up mana? I think I am. I want to hit a unicorn. Alright. Less likely to have said unicorn. I will take 2. Alright, let's play this to get in the way. Actually, maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe I just don't. I really want to not get hit by something I cannot answer. If it resolved. Opponent just threw a blue source into play, so I don't know what is going on. An untapped land here would be excellent. That is not what that is. Alright, but my opponent has shown me nothing with 3 untapped mana, so I will just do this. Alright, you have free reign, opponent. Do what you will. You can't possibly not have anything now. You got 5 mana. 5 mana. What are we doing? We're thinking. We have choices. Choices are bad. Not allowed to have those. Opponent's really thinking. Okay. Looking at my graveyard? Sure, yep. The Deep Think. What on earth is this? I don't know. I'm eager to find out what could possibly require decision making right now. In my Pauper format. Okay, my opponent figured out that they could play this. Maybe they were thinking that they wanted to mutate this onto this, or not, and they chose not to. Very well. So we play a land, we play you. I can only play one. Let's play one that like can block at least the 1/1. That's fine. There's not too many mutate cards. Rather than not draw. They can't swing with this. Never mind. Opponent thinks they can? Maybe they actually can. Maybe I was just like blowing smoke out my booty. Well, counterspell is better. I'm going to play another blocker because I'm at 13. I don't gain a bunch of life like my opponent. We really don't care about their life total though. I'm going to counter literally anything. Opponent's back at my graveyard. Taking a peep. That's the third one of these. That was a pretty good draw, actually. Interesting that they only blocked one. It does give them another flyer and stuff, but I mean, that's going to happen no matter what eventually. I can't imagine that's what I counter here. I'm not going to counter the backside of that. Maybe it was right, but I didn't do it, so... Still swinging. Wow. That's interesting. They just straight took it, so now they can't really swing at me. That was odd. Sure. Well, opponent, what are you doing? No! Did that have to be game? Let's see. If they didn't swing... I mean, it wasn't a good spot for them, but I feel like this was not over. They literally tried to kill me with this 2-3 when it could have just stonewalled me, and I couldn't swing at them. And I don't think they had to die. I would be at like 12 or 14. I would not have been taking damage, but I wouldn't be putting infect counters on them. Not really. And then they can just wait, because they're not dying from anything else. I mean, I might have inevitability slowly, but still. Yeah, alright. I mean, we take it, though. Speaking of different, we have not had a hand without 2 lands. Yet again. Yet again. Alright, this one, right? Yep. Can't mix this one up with Contagious Plan, because you know I will one time. And be upset. Alright, what is blue and green? What are we scared of? What is this? Apparently nothing. Alright. I didn't draw a land, so I have a counter. I can play this. If I had a land, I could... Well, I don't know. It depends what the land looked like. The top of my deck dictated my turn that turn. Alright, it's another Bant deck, so I doubt it's evolve again, though. Don't really know what's going on. Okay, so we play you for the flying evasive nonsense, I think, that you represent. I think it's more substantial. Some mutate cards I could just let resolve right now. Enters the battlefield, investigate twice. I'm gonna counter that because it's a flyer. I'm gonna counter that. Oh, they evoked it. I guess I didn't have to counter that. Whoops. I also couldn't counter it. Oh, that was a horrible mistake. Can't believe I just did that. Whoopsie daisies. Alright, well, I templed them so they can't crack a clue token. Hope it was worth it. Probably wasn't. I'm gonna tell you right now, it definitely wasn't. Alright, no more counter spells, so I'll just do this. Yeah, that was a massive waste of my resources. Mole Drifter. Another evoke here. That has reach, unfortunately. Should I just kill this? I think I should. I think I should. Okay, I'm confused why they didn't block. It's kind of strange. But I guess I'll leave this up then. Don't really know what's going on. Prototype, reach, 3-5, trample, blah blah, sure. That does a pretty good job at blocking literally everything. Okay, so they didn't block with it last time, not swinging with it either. Spell Pierce? No. New way. Cloud Shift. Okay, so they can bounce their evolves and stuff. That's adorable. Do I Alpha Strike? This has trample. Block, block, take 2. I could just do this. That way, if my opponent doesn't swing with the Goliath, they get another infect counter. And we're going to play you. Okay, it's kind of banking on a second untapped source. Not a big deal. I have lethal in hand and in play. It's funny, this 1/1 might actually shut down this 10/10 if they really want to avoid that last one, because they're dead on board. Okay, they don't care. They really want to sauce me for 10. That does not kill me, though. I wonder what the hand is. It has to answer this. It literally has to answer these. Otherwise, this attack just killed you. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Aha! I see. They gave it vigilance. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneak, sneak. Big sneak. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Cool. I really liked this deck too. Here it comes. I haven't seen it before. There it is. I haven't seen it before. So you have Cloud Shift, Momentary Blink. Do you have Ephemerate? Is that in this, is this in here? Can we play Ephemerate? Is that in the game? Because if so, nice. Some of this is a little slow. I don't really like this. Is like really, really slow. It's literally a Mole Drifter, but it costs 2. Except it doesn't cost 2. It costs 6 to do everything. And on the top end, it actually cost, what is that, 7? No, it's 9 mana investment to get the 2 cards. Yeah, that's a little different than Mole Drifter, huh? Oof. Big oof. I don't like Arboreal Grazer either. I mean, they're drawing a lot of cards, but are you ever flickering this? Maybe it's just good, though. Maybe it is just, like, maybe it's good. It does, it can potentially stonewall your opponent. If it's forced to, like, soak a burn spell, it's probably really, really good, right? If your opponent just can't swing past it and they have to, like, commit resources to killing your Arboreal Grazer. Which is actually what I did that game. I did kill it. So, yeah, maybe Grazer is actually really good. That's interesting. Another 2-land hand? It's literally the only thing we can do. Never upset. It's the only possibility. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Just gonna keep hitting me. You know, the power of that deck is literally turn 2 for Phyrexian Arena. That's why the mono blue deck is remotely good. Oh, this hand doesn't have 2 lands in it. Oh my goodness. Is that? I was about to say, this is more than... It just looks like more than 60 cards. You know, I've played too much Magic Arena, I can instantly tell my opponent's playing a thicker deck. Not many people would notice that instantly. They're playing 77 cards? Exactly. I guess it could be prolific or something petitioners. That thing that makes that... Whatever. Okay. Persistent petitioners, that's it. I haven't seen anyone play it yet. Nope, I'm actually going to counter this because that is a double threat. I don't want to just dump a removal spell into it. Might have wanted to just snap this off here. Okay, never mind. Opponent played a course. Whenever another creature... Sure. How much you want to bet this actually is not a poison deck? They just happen to have this in their hand. Imagine this killed me in a deck that only had like this as the toxic source. Okay, that is not the case. That is kind of annoying. Let's do this now. I love how I can just ignore my opponent's life gain. That's always nice. Because there is a lot of life gain in this format so far. I don't really want to ever get hit by this, if I can avoid doing that. Maybe it's fine right now. I think I can put more pressure on them than just not... Like, now that I have poison on me, they still have to kill me. They're 17 cards thicker than they need to be, so... There's a solid chance, you know, they're not running a bunch of ways to infect me and kill me. However, my attempt was for naught. Alright, let's kill this. That is spookier than anything else. Look at all these instants. Look at this paradise I'm in. Look at this. Look at this utopia I've built for myself. That is a 4-mana... No, that's a... Whoa. That's cool. Okay. That's pretty neat. It's like the Devotion one, the 3/3 flyer. Except it's not quite that. I like that card, though. I think I'm going to lead with... maybe double removal is better. Who knows? Let's see what happens. This does have Vigilance, so they can't... They don't have a choice to make with it. They're just always swinging, which means I'm always blocking, right? It doesn't make sense to not swing with this. It's like, I'll hold it back to block the rat. Yeah, but it's got Vigilance, though. Alright, so it's not... Yeah, let's do this. I don't think I'm ever swinging with this rat. I don't think it's ever going to get through. Yep. We're just going for the poison. Okay, my opponent's at 7. They're almost just dead to the poison. I will probably just kill this here. So my opponent figures out how priority works. There we go. I don't know what they could possibly have that's relevant here at instant speed. We have seen no instance. Okay. Easy trade. They should probably chump block with the veteran. Or just let it bounce off the celebrant. That would work too. I don't really agree with this. I think you should just chump block it. Or just literally let it bounce off of the celebrant. Because now you're just dead if I find something. Yeah, that was probably a little bit of a missequence there. In fact, you know what also? I mean, we won, but what was a missequence on my end was actually swinging in the first place. If I didn't swing, I could block this. So, because as it stands, I didn't realize my opponent could just block it, and it's just useless. They absolutely needed to just block it here. Now, they were still dead the next turn anyways, but there's, I mean, they don't know that. They have to just play their outs, and that was, they did not do that. Blue, green, so maybe mutate, flicker nonsense? Well, we haven't seen white yet. I have yet to play against a teamer. What? Huh? What's that? What? Excuse me? Okay. A little risky playing this, but I mean, they don't have an infect counter yet. But my opponent just threw a shock at my face. So I will play this. They have another one or something? I mean, I'm not going to block. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. You can do it. There you go. I guess I just, like, don't... How much does this cost for? Do I just not swing? I have to respect whatever this spell is that my opponent's going to very slowly never click this button for. Alright, they figured it out. Yeah, I'm going to just force the issue. If they have another pump spell, I'm just going to, like, have them throw it in here. Equipment you cost... What? What? Okay. Looks like I'm just going to have to run into this combat trick. Well, assuming it's like a dive down or unsummon. Most likely just like a pump spell. That would be my first guess. Okay. Well, whatever it is, opponent wasn't interested in casting it. Yep. Whatever it was, only targets their creatures. Time is precious right now. That is a 3-mana 2/3 with no abilities. I'm going to say no. Alright, each time I get to hit somebody, it just feels amazing. It's just so disgusting to hit them. Multiple instances of the poison counters from a single source is just very strong. It's just one less spell I need. That is a 3/4 that does have abilities. Well, these are kind of the same, except this one gives me choices. So that's nice. Actually, they're identical, except this gives me choices. Oh, I thought this said Scry 3 on it. I'm surprised this doesn't say Scry 3. There's a 1-mana green spell that says Scry 3, draw a creature off the top. But a poor little 4-drop can't have Scry 3. That's kind of sad. Okay, let's see what we find. I guess I should have done this first. I didn't look how they scried last time. Oh, top. Oh my. Oh, mer. They topped a land. They topped a land. Wow. What's the next card you topped? A... Okay. Alright, well, that's basically game. They have to, like, pacify this, or chump block it, or put a 1-3 in front of it, or something. That doesn't do it. Alright, GG. Oh, we're back to this very slow spell my opponent struggles to, click the OK button for. That's not that bad, but... time is precious. Alright, they don't go out in dignity, they die this way. Funny that my opponent took that long to realize it. But, yep. They're sitting there like, how do I get out of this? Do I block? Do I not block? Doesn't matter. Alright. So here we are with a artifact modular deck kind of thing, where we just put counters on creatures, and then when those creatures die, we move them to another one. And hopefully there's always at least one creature in play where I can go crazy. Artifact lands for affinity here. I could run 2 more of these. Maybe it's better than this, but I'm willing to try this. This is like, I need another giant thing in play already for this to be worth it. But who knows? If Mirror Enforcer's on average costing 4, then maybe this is just kind of the same. We'll find out. I don't know if there's any spells that help this strategy. The creatures kind of just are pretty good on their own, just moving the counters around, but who knows? This does have modular, but it can't be modulated. You can't put things to this. You can only remove them from this somewhere else. And I don't... No, actually this, right? Yeah, specifically Iron Apprentice can do it. Maybe I want to make room for some kind of proliferate card. I don't know yet. As it stands, this is what we're going to start with. Yeah, we're going to start with this. We'll see how this works. I think I can not play this turn 1. I don't really even want to play a creature on 1 when there's nothing to modular, because then it could just die and I don't get anything. But then I could do stuff like this and feel a lot better. Yeah, this might just be a proliferate card. I think we're just going to do that. I like that. That looks cool. I like that art. Backup agent enters the battlefield. Okay. Put a counter on efficient. You got it. Okay, well for now I'll just take it. So if we get into a board state that looks like this, I think we win in the long run, because we can make a giant, massive, spooky thing. But maybe not. This swings as an indestructible. Cool. That would have been a very strange attack. That is a very strange attack, too. Alright, opponent figured it out. So we have ourselves a... What is this, a 4/4? Which is not big enough to swing at all. But that's fine. That means we're at parity. My opponent can't swing either. This can actually start to grow, kind of. I mean, it's a lot of mana, though. That's a lot of mana. Oh no, flying. I can block here with the 4/4, and then... Oh, okay. It's when it attacks opponent. There you go. Now go click the thing. They're trying to figure out when they pay 1. Yep, there you go. Yep, alright, this is actually good. And then I can swing with a 5/5. This gains a ton of life, too. So this also lets me literally attack, which is really nice. So do I play this as a 5/5? It's kind of hard to make this any larger than that. It's not impossible, but I don't want to just do nothing, so... It also stonewalls this 4/2. But I don't have any flyers yet. No Ornithopter or Volt Scourge. I will swing with the 5/5, I think. There's literally no reason to swing with this 4/2. There you go. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to sacrifice my thing. So do I put this, I think I Riot here. I don't think swinging with this as a 4/4 right now is worth the lack of a counter. I don't know if that's what this game is about. And I think I can swing with both of these 1/2. Yeah, I can swing with both now. If I didn't have this in play pre-combat, I couldn't, but now I do, so... And if they kill this, I'm fine. I've gained, what, 4 off of it already? Or did I gain 9? I think I gained 9. Because it blocked as a 4/4, swung as a 5/5. Or the other one swung as a 5/5. They can kill it, not really a big deal, though. That means my other thing becomes a 10/10. Oof. You know, I don't know if they wanted to chump... Like, I think you... Just, if you're gonna take this, you should probably kill it, because it's gonna steal 5 life. So it's kind of a rough situation regardless, but you have to do something about this. Yeah, I think they want it to block, because I can just swing again next turn. It's gonna keep happening, and I don't care if it dies. Enters the battlefield, creature or vehicle. Sure. That is A-okay with me. Okay, it doesn't really matter which one I play. Do I Alpha Strike? Okay, opponent's done. I was about to say, do I just swing all out here? So what would the blocks look like? They go here to here. Here. No, wait, they can go there. There. Okay, actually, you know what I did? I did put myself in a situation where I had no target for Modular if both of these died, which was possible. And I just remained with a 5/5, and my opponent probably keeps something around, probably this 2/3. Yeah, so it was actually a mistake. I should have played something before combat there, if I was going to Alpha Strike. Hopefully I realized that before I swung, but that was a mistake. Actually, maybe that is the sequence, right? We play these, that, and then I can play this, and might actually get a counter on it from the claws here, which I can't imagine is too common of an outcome. This card has been kind of annoying. Mono black aggro again. Well, when in doubt, play cards. All right. And then next turn, this. I can actually cast this and this. Okay. Unless they have a Grasp of Darkness here. Seems to be a recurring issue for me. I mean, I'm going to block. Okay, my opponent just let me block, I guess. Don't really know why. I can just play this. I will. So if I get things to die and Volt Scourge gets to survive, or at least one of them, we're in a happy place, I guess. It's kind of a tall ask, or it might be, I don't know. This figure is a strange one to see. You don't see that one too often. It's usually just Grasp of Darkness. Same outcome, same thing, really. I remember when this was played in, like, real Pauper? Because I remember. One of these Volt Scourges might have to just block this Interloper. Actually, I said might as if I had a choice. I literally have to block one of those. So, I'm going to play both of them out. I am probably not going to swing. Play that. Alright, so I just need some kind of life gain here. I don't really have it. I will block the Interloper. Interloper can't block, notably. I mean, it can't block. Yep, there you go. Alright, so if this gets too big, it actually can't block. It can't, or it might struggle to die, which could be a problem for me. It means moving Modular might be impossible. I'm so close to dying though that might not even matter. No, that's got menace. That has menace. No, can't really do that. Oh, okay. Whoa. Wait a minute. This doesn't seem right. They must have some kind of removal. That did not seem right at all. I guess I'm in a position where I have to respect... I mean, if they have Feed the Swarms, you know, alright, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, they must have a removal spell, because otherwise that literally doesn't make any sense. They're at 25, they could just, like, take it, right? I mean, I would be absolutely insane to block the 2-1 when I'm just winning if I get to swing with this Volt Scourge, so... I'm going to block like this and move the Modular onto Volt Scourge. You have to kill this Volt Scourge. Opponent, what are you doing? What's happening? Why is all of this able to happen? Oh no. Ooh. Ooh, I feel like this is not a reality that I should be living in. My opponent killed the 4/4. They let this happen. There's no amount of disfigures in the world that would kill the Volt Scourge. Well, I mean 5, but you know what I mean. Okay, my opponent did not have a removal spell, but allowed a 9/9 flying lifelink to happen. Oh, this is good. I like this world. This is a nice place to be, huh? Okay. I mean, what's gonna happen now? I'm so confused. Okay, they figured out to not block with the Menace one, so that's nice. Gotta love it. Alright, you're at 11, and you can't block this, so... Oh. Okay, this is a weird one. The Tempting is really nice, but the Mana Rock in a deck that stops at 3 mana doesn't really make any sense. I guess they have Tendrils of Agony, but... Cool. Yeah, we just completely annihilated them with a massive flying lifelink. Like I said, if we just got counters on a lifelinker, I just didn't think that was going to happen. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to replace this with some sort of proliferate card, I think. Because as it stands, it's not really useful. Has not been useful. Okay. Black-red. What is this? What is this? Black-red burn. Cool. Oh. Alright. I guess this is our life now. I don't think we have... I think this is another game where we just want to find one of our life-gaining creatures here. That's an awful lot of blood tokens. So there's Madness with Fiery Impulse, or whatever, the 3-mana Lightning Bolt. And then there's the Black-Red Terminate that has Madness. So there's 2 primary Madness cards I should anticipate. Okay. Fortunately, I can't cast 2 of these. Opponent is probably very confused. Don't worry, so am I. Okay. They have pump spells. You got it. Oh, it has trample? Guess I should. I actually thought about double blocking. I'm like, should I double block? I just didn't. Alright. I can play one of these, and then the Mirror Enforcer costs 2. So this should work. Unless my opponent kills the Ornithopter of Paradise in response. They probably would never do that. Did not crack a blood token. They can also, like, fling these for 4. Oh, they just took 7. Nice. That is a pricey one. This cares about the graveyard, so at the very least, this is always a 4/4 now. At the very least. Okay, I'm going to put this as a 5/5. I believe. Yeah. That way, if they do kill this, we just turn one of these Ornithopters into a big threat. So, like it says in the card, we might be in paradise soon. Who knows? This is exactly what we wanted. Nice. Alright, do you kill this too? They have to kill this as well. Even if they might not care about the counters of it. They just have to find another removal spell. Alright. Hey. Alright, there's a life linker. I'm going to play it pre-combat just in case nonsense happens. And I will fly for 5. I'll deal half your life total. Opponent, you wanted this. You put yourself in this world, not me. Let's play this instead of this. Well, I can't play this, but this instead of this. Alright. That was nice. Nice. Sweet. So my opponent needed to, like, kill these first, I guess? And then... Ah, man, I don't know. See, this is what's really good about this deck, is it's really hard to figure out how to kill things in a right way. Like, you kill these, and then you just, like, block this once, but you're still in a terrible spot, right? Like, you're just so behind once I get, like, 2 or 3 creatures in play. You just start to... It snowballs, right? Your removal looks really bad, so... Nice. Yeah. So we took out the Ornithopters of Paradise in that weird 4/4, and we're playing Pollen Bright Druid, because both sides of this are pretty decent. And I added 2 more Mirror Enforcers, because it seemed a lot better than that 4-mana green thing we were playing that sometimes is larger than a 4/4, but always costs 4 mana. I think this justifies the artifact lands way more. And it's solid. A 4/4 is just solid, so we're going to try it. Okay. Shoot. I mean, it's a 6-land hand. I mean, a 6-card hand anyways. It's a 5-drop. Might as well be in Afghanistan, right? It's so far out from that. Those 5-drops are kind of punishing. But they're good. I mean, it's 5 counters on something. Okay, I'm hoping this is a mono blue ninja deck. Maybe I can scam them. I don't have a white source, actually. Maybe that's not good. I think this is an unsummon. I don't believe you can play a lot of flash or anything. Okay. Annul. Whoa. What? Why? Okay, maybe there's something I don't know about this format that would make you want to play Annul. I don't believe that's the case, though. Opponent literally just annulled me. That's absolutely insane. What is Annul doing? I'm so confused. What is this doing? Over half your games, this is useless. At least in my sample size. My experience, it's useless. Alright, white source. You know you want to show up. You know you want to show up. Well, I got what I wanted, I guess. Maybe I should have bottomed one of these instead of the 5-drop? No way to know that. My opponent has a null in their deck, so take that for what we will. Alright. No way we lose, right? Unlosable. This is a game where my opponent's making all the decisions. I don't have any choices here. Every person and their mother is flying past my house with a motorcycle today. I cannot imagine this is blue-black rogue ninja stuff. So, well, that's really bad. That's bad. Didn't want to see that. That's a cool card, though. I haven't seen that one. I played that one in normal Pauper, actually, when I played Magic Online. I like this card, but not a good sign. They definitely have Tolarian Terror. That's a 100% guarantee. I feel like I'm going to spin my wheels and do stuff. Why are you playing a null? I don't get it. It's not good. It doesn't do anything in this format. Stop. I hate it. It's like only good against me. I hate it so much. And this deck is I've only seen one person play this. Like, a null is such a bad card. There aren't really any enchantments. I mean, there's like the aura deck, but you don't want to annul a random aura. That's not how you beat the deck anyways. There's not many enchantments. And again, there's not really many artifacts at all. So I don't get it. Well, they can't possibly have more than 2 annuls in their deck. I probably should have held on to that land, actually. Giving my opponent total information is not a good idea, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to swing and do stuff. That only has Decayed. This is Flashback? Okay, well, these only have Decayed. They don't block and they only deal damage once. That's strange. Okay, if they had that last turn, I don't know why they didn't cast it. That was weird. Like they had that card in their hand and they just chose not to use it. Okay, well, I cannot realistically block. I mean, I can, but I don't think I have to. Okay, well, I'm gaining 1, they're gaining 3. We're technically winning on the board, but that doesn't mean much when my opponent has 5 cards in their hand. Make that 8. Alright, so I would love to put another counter on this, but I would also love to just put my opponent to 4. All of my creatures are unkillable because they just move counters from point A to B. Whoa. Cool. Enters the battlefield, mill 3. My opponent has Spell Pierce? They're playing a full 4 annuls? I'm so confused. I don't get it. I'm so confused. They're playing a full 4 annuls. Like, why? They have some pretty effective blocks here, but I gotta push through eventually. They gain some life too. Maybe I shouldn't have swung with the Mauser. Maybe the life gain of the Mauser would have been worth it at some point. But alas, it is too late. Yep. All in on this. There's no reason to play this pre-combat. It's always castable. You've got to be kidding me. You have the 4th Annul in hand? Okay, they don't. Alright. I don't get this card either. I don't really know. There's no graveyard strategies. So, Rotten Reunion doesn't do anything. Except give pressure, like you're doing damage. But this deck doesn't seem like it's trying to kill your opponent with damage. So I don't really know why they're playing this. I've never seen this card in my life. Not even just in this format. I don't think this is the format for it. Maybe normal Pauper. But as it stands, there's no deck in the game that cares about the graveyard. Alright, so they go up to 8. But they have to... This is kind of dead. Literally, it can't swing and it literally cannot block. I think there's an argument to just taking this. If they have Moment of Craving or something. If they put this on it, I'm happy. I think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do that here. I can afford to take 2. Okay. They undid their life gain. Why don't you ninjutsu the token that was gonna die? What? Okay. Menace token there. Swing, swing. They block. They go up to 8. They block, block, go to 8. Take damage. Okay. I was wondering if I could swing at these 1/1s. I believe I can. So, both of these things... No, not both. Not both. They have to Unexpected Fangs? No, they can just activate the Initiate. They do not do that, though. They do not do that. So, do I chump block this ninja? They're at 3, but I'm not dead. I'm not dead. There are scary ninjutsu cards. There's like a big black one that could kill me. Okay, that... They got Vapors? What is it? The -1/-1? Creatures your opponents control. Okay, so they can kill my 1/1, but that doesn't kill me. Can they swing? If they swing, they probably have a ninja card. Okay, they don't. There's no reason to hold back the 1/1s when they're going to die to this. Right? This is always just going to kill all my 1/1s. Okay, that's an odd time to do that. So let's put this here and here. They're both lethal threats. This is big enough, it doesn't matter. My opponent is in a position where they have to double block, and they only have a Decayed Zombie. So they need to do something now. Another ninjutsu card is reasonable. There is no reason to play this land. Ooh, this is spicy. What do we got here? They can gain 3 life, but that literally doesn't do anything. They're just dead. I have 13 in play. Oh no, they got my land. Oh no, they didn't make me discard it. Okay, fair enough. They're probably aware that this is probably a land. Did I? Okay, again. All right. I was like, do they have it? Do they have it? Okay, so my opponent, we beat the Annul spam. Which is funny. So I said this wasn't a good card, and even though like they were actually against something where this was decent, it still didn't win the game, right? Like this 3 Annuls still was not enough to turn the tides, like as a what I would assume is normally like a sideboard card or something. You had 3 cards that were like just hard answers to everything I'm doing ever, and you still lost. I really don't like this card. It should probably just be Essence Scatter. I don't really know what my opponent has played against, right? I don't have the same experience as them, but I would assume it's got to be something similar, and there really isn't anything I can think of that would make me ever want to consider this card. There's very few enchantments, and for artifacts, there's like, I guess there's this deck, but again, it didn't save you. 3 of them didn't save you. There's, equipment. There's some equipment, like Bone Splitter, which I've actually only seen once. I've only seen one player play a Bone Splitter, but that is something to think about. But you can just kill the creature that Bone Splitter is going to get attached to. So countering the Bone Splitter doesn't do anything, right? Like you're not after countering again the auras and stuff. You don't want to counter your opponent's auras and their equipment. You want to counter the creatures that they equip and enchant. And there are no game-winning artifacts that sit in play that are like non-creatures, right? If there's Dogged Pursuit and the black 4-mana enchantment all over the place, I can see an argument for this, but even still, there's better cards to answer that. Like Feed the Swarm is one of them. Any other counterspell that also can counter other things is also something to think about. They did have Spell Pierce too, which is also kind of strange. There's not a lot of decks that care about this, right? There's a lot of decks that like to just play creatures and swing. I don't think non-creature counterspells are where you want to be. These just happen to be 1-mana Essence Scatters in this exact matchup, but for the most part, it's not really ideal. I do like this card, though. This card's kind of cool. Not really that great, but I remember I played this in my one draft, but now I'm just ranting. Gonna move on. Hello, good hand. My name is Lamont. How are you? That's annoying. That's actually toxic. So we play this. Wait. Do we play... I think we actually play this and this. We have the Proliferate in the hand, so... This has to die to work, so maybe I just don't block it. Let's see. Active player's abilities go on a stack first. So if I block like this, I think we have a good outcome. Active player's ability go on the stack first. Boom. Boom. Alright. Big science. Rip. I have no duress in my entire deck. Okay, so if I swing, active player, dies. That doesn't work. Okay, we're just playing this and flying for 1. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I actually want this to die on their turn because their stuff goes in the stack first. I could... You know what? I'm just going to ignore it this turn. I'm going to ignore it. I think we're happy with where it stays as it is. They probably wanted to do that first. No reason. No reason to. Alright, so I can swing... All out. So do I play this? Yeah, my opponent might have discard. Who knows? Alright. We got a board state. We got stuff going on. Can you beat it? Alright, that's one way to start. That's a good start. I might actually kill their ring holder. Oh, man, this is a horrible card to kill, though. This is terrible. Yeah, alright. That's just not good. But whatever. I think I'm winning the race. I should have held on to the land. That was a mistake. Well, no, that's not. It's not. I have a 5-drop. I have a 5-drop. I just want to... shoot. Yeah, this is bad. This is just horrible. Maybe my opponent stops tempting the ring, and then like in that exact turn sequence I can do dumb stuff. Wow, they actually took it. Okay. Is this on attack or when it hits me? Attack, okay. So it's not really ideal to block. Okay, now I'm just blocking it. So they don't have a creature. They have to tempt the ring again to find something. I could have actually saved this. Maybe that was right. Maybe I wanted to save that. Oh, hey, they're dead. Oh, no, that's not the haste one. Oh, shoot. I thought it was a 5-mana haste one. No, it's alright. Everything's fine. It's got menace. It's got menace. Yeah. Alright, nice. Yeah, they can't do anything. Okay. So we're playing mono green. I only have like 30 minutes left on the historic Pauper timer. I think this is pretty solid because you have 8 of the 1-drop Manadorks and Elven Farsight, which is the main card I really want to try. This is just really, really good. It's if you're green, it's better than like what is it? Like Preordain, right? It's probably going to always find something when you scry 3. It's pretty solid. I like that. And we have a bunch of large threats that just replace themselves when they die, which is pretty cool. And then a giant thing at the top. This might be better as a... There is a 7/7, actually, than a 6/6. But for now, maybe the life gain is worth the less power. I'm going to try that. It's also an Explore deck, which is pretty neat. And then a Flex, you line up the shot. Because why not? I think if you don't need the Naturalize or the Plummet, you can replace it. So, I'm going to try that. Let me name it. There we go. I forgot to push the end. We're playing Gree. Playing Gree. Oh, well, guess not. Oh, damn. Well, that's horrible. I mean, I'm going to blind reveal. Oh! Blind reveal. Oh, yes. Love to see it. Oh, come on. No. No. Only I'm allowed to play this. Only me. Alright, you can't have a second creature. They do have an untapped plains on turn 1, so maybe it's just not like a bunch of different colors doing the modular thing. Yeah, that's fair. I need another land... Wait, what does this do? Enters the battlefield... Okay. That's not ideal. Like this? What am I playing? I'm playing, Historic Pauper. Or do I keep like this? No, I need another... Actually, I do not need another land if I am having a second Manadork. We are playing Pauper. Okay, let's see what's on top again. Those can go away. Yeah, we're done at 5 mana, basically. We'll just do this. Sweet. Triple Elvish Farsight. I don't think I need this for our land, so I'll just play it as a blocker, which it's pretty effective at doing. And I don't expect any kind of removal, so... But yeah, this is it's the remaining, like, 20 minutes of the Historic Pauper event on Magic Arena, which, unfortunately, is not here forever, so I have to complain on Twitter about it later. I like this card. This was not on my list. The art is really weird. Art is really weird. Oh, they killed my Manadork? Oh, that's so bad. I bought him so many lands. Okay, never punished. Literally never punished. Unpunishable. Now we have 2 very solid blockers. I will trade with the Justicar. Okay. How much damage does this do? Still gonna trade with the Justicar. I think this is favorable. Again, my threats kind of replace themselves, so if we're just going back and forth like this, I think I'm winning. Yep, my opponent sees it. If we're going back and forth and they're just like blocking or trading stuff, mine replace themselves because they all say like draw a card. So, yep, nice. I like that card though. That's super neat. It's an early silverback, but I don't know. Is that enough? We'll find out. Early silverback that will become something else later, maybe. All right. Well, if it's a bunch of pacifies, not too upset about that one. Well, I guess on this because it doesn't die. Okay. Alright, so this feels really good because of the grazer draw. I no longer have to chump block this. I otherwise would have very easily chump blocked this. But now I don't have to. Flying. Enters the battlefield. Okay. Well, that doesn't do anything. Alright, not the worst position to be in. Play this and do nothing. Alright, so we got a 5-4. Can you beat this 5-4 repeatedly swinging? That will maybe replace itself if it dies. Alright, they got a lot of flyers, but this grazer's looking dummy thick. Man, I love grazer. This arboreal grazer is looking real good right now. Okay, the attack with the 2/2 doesn't make any sense to me, but they did it. It's not Infect. Doesn't work like that. That's not a creature. I'm just going to play both lands. Screw it. I'm a mono green deck. I really don't think my opponent has any... Okay, I don't think they knew this had trample. Block otherwise doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't think they realized this had trample. Which I guess is a good sign. I can pick up that means they have a bunch of tempo. They're trying to just out-tempo me. Also, my opponent is more than 60 cards. Interesting. Let them cook. Let them cook. Let them stir fry. It was a bunch of pacifies. I was right. Wow. Wow. Alright, there is no possible way to use these mana dorks anymore. I am in top deck mode, so... They cannot do anything. I guess I could spam explorers off the top, or spam, like, replacing cycling creatures. That would make me want these, but I don't think so. Opponent's not killing the Elvish Mystic. They're diversifying my card names. Suboptimal. Suboptimal. The hell does this do? Target creature you control... Wait, what? Enters the battlefield. Okay. That doesn't have reach. Why didn't they tap this? That doesn't make any sense. I cannot swing with these. Yeah, they should have tapped this. I would have taken 2 more, right? If you control a creature with a counter on it... Yeah, they could have just tapped the reach creature and pushed more damage. That was kind of weird. So far, we've only drawn 1. No, we've drawn 2. Okay, yep. This replaces itself, kind of. Just put a counter, draw a card kind of thing. Cool. Enters, yep. Alright. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know if my opponent's paying much attention here. I don't know if they know what's going on. They're doing some weird stuff for sure. This attack doesn't do anything, and it could have been efficient at maybe killing this. Now it doesn't do anything at all. I don't really have to play this, but I also didn't not have to play this. I could have just played this. Probably made sense to just play it. Probably should have. But I don't like chumping with it. I don't want to chump block with my Grazer. Alright, should have just played it. Yep. Opponent got back their 2 damage that they lost by tapping the wrong thing before. Whoops. So that's unfortunate. Wow, we were going to draw 3 lands in a row. Blind flip. Ayy. Ayy. Blind flip, boy. Alright, let's do this. There is a reason to swing. So I will. I don't care about this. It means I'm not casting this, but so be it. I will trade with your disruptor. Sauce him for the extra 1 there. Pepper him up, right? Just give him the old salt and pepper. Okay, what is this? Is equipped, it gets +1/+1. Okay, then they made some poison things. You got it. I'm going to send a message and double block. Such is tradition. Maybe I shouldn't have, because my opponent's going to take 10 years figuring out which one to swing at. Alright, that was a mistake. I apologize. My opponent is taking way too long to figure out which one they want to deal 2 damage to. They figured it out. There we go. Alright, that's a lot of Grazers. There's a lot of Grazers. This is not an ideal trade, but I don't have a choice. Don't have a choice. These can't block, so I'm not going to die to infect this game, that's for sure. Especially with the quad Grazer hand opening. Oh, this isn't opening. This is like top deck mode. So I have 7 points of swinginess that my opponent can only deal with 1 of, given the board state. Draw 3. Oh, wow. Alright. Case the joint. That's adorable. Alright, so they're back in it. I would kind of actually love to see an attack. Yeah, this doesn't... I don't really agree with this. Let's do this and this. I don't think I have to trade my Mana Dork for one of these. Block there. Okay. So they can go to 1. It depends how they block here. Yep, makes sense. Trading with the Mana Dork is probably not worth it, I would say. What is that thing? Josh 7R Uwu. What kind of streams have you been watching? Oh, shoot. Alright, so they cycle their land. Yep. Oh, it's got Vigilance now. Spicy. But they're at 1, though. So it doesn't do anything. Okay. The Alpha Strike saying GG, I think. No, these have Vigilance. What am I talking about? It's a free Alpha Strike, because the other 2 creatures can't block. This is actually a really solid strategy. I wish I had more time to discuss the nuances of it. They have 3 blockers, I have 3 attackers. I could have swung with this as well, but I didn't. No, I guess it doesn't spell. The giant German shepherd across the street is losing his mind, though. There's one thing certain about this. So, this is strange. This seems closer to cards you own. Blue-white control tempo... No, not control. Blue-white creature nonsense, which is kind of cool. Something to take note of. You don't really want to play this if you're trying to play more than 60 cards, right? Because you want to hit multiples for this to be really nice. It's still decent as a 1/1 lifelinker. It's not a bad thing, but it could be better. Same with card draw. Like, this is cool, but if you're 77 cards in your deck, or 68 cards, you could just draw an extra card for 0 by not having this in your deck, because instead of drawing this, you would have drawn the next card. So you've like saved yourself 5 mana. So there, card draw in decks that are more than 60 cards looks very strange unless it's like a tutor or a cantrip. A divination doesn't really belong in a big deck like that, and we see that with Yorion. I think once Yorion came out, it kind of proved my point of that, where like you're not looking to play divinations in Yorion decks. It's not really the point. You're just diluting yourself and then undiluting yourself with like card draw, and that doesn't make any sense. Just take out the card draw and just have less cards and be more consistent in anyways. And so that's something to take note of. My opponent was certainly just playing stuff that they thought would all just kind of work together. And it does. They were actually playing everything I've basically seen before, except, I guess, this. But, cool. But though. 4 seconds! Play! Oh! Oh, shoot. It was 4 seconds. We still found someone. There was still someone looming in the queue for 4 seconds. This is the last game of Historic Pauper we get to play for 2 months. All right, we better win. Okay, this is literally high stakes. This is actually as high stakes as it gets, because if I lose this game, it's rent-free in my head for years. All right, so I don't have a... I'm on the draw with an Explorer, but I have good threats, as long as my opponent doesn't pressure me with a perfect curve. They're pressuring me with a perfect curve, not ideal. We have the Dream, Linnerwhirl on 3. Okay, I did find a Plummet, which might actually be useful. Probably going to still play a big threat first. I think I can take a couple flying points of damage here. Whoa, what? Creatures you control. Okay, sure, that's fine. Very well. Alright, so I prefer to play the one that immediately draws. I don't think the extra point of power is worth it. Hopefully this Plummet is very useful. Shoot. I think I still need to kill the Griffin. What, do you have a pump spell with the... Okay. Alright, that was solid. That was a solid draw. I have 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can play this and this. I will play this just to gain life. I don't have any lands, and I can't scry and draw one, so this is kind of useless. I will swing for 4. Creatures you control. Okay, this is a 5-minute ability. They can use it next turn. I believe I am swinging. There's no realistic block with this Owlbear. Alright. So I have the Plummet for the Griffin. Opponent will crack the food, I'm sure. I do like this card. That's a neat one. I don't see that one too often. I've actually never seen this card. Alright, so they can activate their thing. It's only during as a sorcery, right? Alright. I'm going to see what happens when I do this. I think this will bait out this pump spell. It will. That's huge. Plummet. Nice. They do not have a second one, which is also huge. That was a really nice sequence. I really needed that to happen. There's not much I can find off this worth casting, because I already have these. One is looking at my graveyard. I don't know what that means. Alright, they make a 2/3 incubate token. That's totally fine. We're in a very good spot. I guess I can Farsight, but I might just Grazer instead. I think I'm going to Grazer and not Farsight. I don't need to Farsight until I am out of things to cast. It doesn't really matter, right? So I'll just spend my 6 mana playing creatures instead. Okay, my opponent is thinking about chump blocking, but there's no realistic block. It has trample here. I think you just take it. Okay, yeah, I think they were just AFK for a second. These Grazers have been absolutely disgusting. Alpha Strike. Well, I'm going to kill that. That one's a problem. Wow, we actually drew a 6-drop. Oh no, they're scooping. All right, we got it. I wanted to play more, but yeah, we got them. Yeah, if we had the actual situational one of that killed a flying threat, but to be fair, we did find a second grazer anyways. I could have just kept blocking it, so it's not really a big deal. But the blowout here was nice, right? We got not that card. This one that was actually really nice that we were able to do both of these. The life gain would have been decent, but yeah, this is enough. Cool. All right, the format is dead. Format is dead. All right, well, I'll get end commentary on this deck, I guess. This one was actually really solid. Elven Farsight is absolutely insane. I've only seen one person play it, and I think it's insane. Like, it's just the green preordained, but better. You're always going to hit something, and if you don't hit something, you're just going to put the third card to the bottom if you didn't want it. Right? You're playing a green deck with creatures. If you have 3 cards on top you don't like, you put them to the bottom. That is the exact same as putting 2 cards you don't like to the bottom and drawing a third card that wasn't doing anything, right? Now, I mean, it's not the exact same, because at the very least you put like a land in your hand as opposed to just putting it to the bottom. You can use it to discard or pitch, or, you know, it's slightly better, but putting the dead card to the bottom or in your hand is not that relevant, especially in Pauper. In Pauper, doesn't really matter at all. This has the added benefit of you put 3 cards that are dead to the bottom, let's say. This is worst case scenario. You can still just reveal the top card, and it could still be a creature. So you could have basically scryed 4. You know, you put 3 to the bottom, you wing it, and then you find a creature anyways, which I did. I actually did do that once. There are 26 creatures in this deck, so blind flipping is basically a 50-50. So it's actually just... This card is insane. If you're green and you have a lot of creatures, or let's say 20 at the minimum, maybe just 20 at minimum, this is just great. You would like some creatures. I wouldn't suggest playing this as just a, like, scry 3, and, like, you don't have many creatures to find. But in this case, it never missed, right? I don't think it did, and I don't think it did. Maybe it did. I don't know. The land count was decent too, actually. I'm surprised I hadn't played anything similar against this. Like, I saw this a couple times, and this. I don't think I ever saw Silverback, and I definitely didn't see this. This could be a lieu of different things. This was just something I threw in here because I was running out of time playing Pauper. I didn't have the time to keep playing. But this is something that could be better. A second lineup the shot is totally reasonable. This card is actually pretty good. I really like this. You could use it to replace itself. If it didn't replace itself, I don't like it at all. But the fact that it does is great. There are plenty of things in this format that fly, so it kind of does something usually. And it is instant, so you can wait on your opponent's turn to make a decision, which is even better. I really, really like this card. This would probably see play in normal Pauper if it was an actual card, but it's like the stupid Alchemy Hearthstone nonsense. But everything else is just really solid. Normal Pauper, I wouldn't suggest this, but Historic Pauper, the best format to ever exist. I really like this. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the deck. I don't know if I'm going to pin this with the other deck in the same video. I don't know how much content I got out of every deck, because again, I was just running out of time. The thing is over. I would say make suggestions and stuff, but you can't make any suggestions because the format is gone. It's gone. It's not here anymore. I really hope, Wizards, I really hope one day you just make Historic Pauper a thing. And I kind of hope it's ranked, because if it is ranked, I'd actually play it. I'd play it regardless, but if it was ranked, it would be kind of cool. I like ranked formats. People like when there's stakes at hand, right? There's not many stakes in Historic Brawl if you lose or win, though to be fair, ranking, there isn't any stakes anyways. Hitting Mythic like I used to do doesn't actually do anything, but people like to see ranks anyway, see how well a deck is performing against a competitive meta and stuff like that. And I would love to see this. There's absolutely room in this game. There is a lot of room. There are far and away enough commons in Historic to have a format here, and it's significantly different from normal Pauper, which I also do really like. There's just like a lot of cards here that would see play that would never see play in normal Pauper, because normal Pauper has like Tron lands. You know, it has Delver of Secrets, it has Lightning Bolt. This doesn't. So I really hope that they do put this as a permanent format, but I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. There isn't an official Pauper format though, so maybe there even Artisan, the one that's commons and uncommons. I would also just take that one. I really like that format too. I don't know if I like it more, but there's just more cards in it, and it's still just really cool. It's just a completely blank, like it's an untapped meta. It's a card pool. It's a format that has a mountain of things that can happen, a mountain of decks that would spawn and show up, and a meta would form. It's like a complete format with a bunch of cards that exist that they just don't have a place to play. There's just nothing. I can sanction a tournament with my viewers and stuff, and we can play like, you know, you all at each other and do a tournament, but I just wish it was official. I really do. But back to the deck. Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic I had never actually played against, which is extremely surprising. I thought I would have seen this a couple times, but I guess everyone was just like leaning into red if they were playing like something that was just very simplistic to play instead of green. But as it stood, and for the time I had to actually make the deck, I only had like 10 minutes if I wanted to actually play it. These are just really, really, really good. Like alongside this, these 12 cards are like a shell, you know, that you just build around them. These 12 cards are just like stupid. Maybe even a Boreal Grazer. Depends if the meta was like refined and everything was like mono blue tempo. You use a block for days, the ninjas. Mono red. You can just block for days until they throw a burn spell at this, so you're pretty happy. I could probably shave one of these, or maybe both. I don't know, maybe just one giant threat is fine, and have another lineup the shot. I'm not opposed to that. There's probably a world where you could splash blue and take out these and run 2 growth spirals to get here faster, to get to 5 faster, but that's maybe a little bit too spiky in variance, too high rolly, right? Like maybe that's not realistic, especially when you're playing 2 colors and you really want to turn 1 green source. So you can't get away with too many like dual colored lands in Pauper because they're all tapped and you're trying to play a turn 1 elf. So maybe that's not ideal, but I don't know. As it stands, I really liked this deck. It was actually pretty good. Surprised I hadn't seen more of this, but everyone was just doing red. If they were playing something that was just going to win and just like not think about cards and not think about what's happening, they're just going to play red. They're not going to play green. But I did like this. It was pretty cool. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about my massive marathon grind of Historic Pauper before it went away. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.